Welcome to Ruby News, your destination for the pulse of music and entertainment. From exciting album drops to world tours and global accolades. Let's dive in. We kick things off with a music legend making a surprising move. The Rolling Stones have announced their 25th studio album, set for release in July 2026 under the pseudonym The Cockroaches. Produced by Andrew Watt, the album includes a vinyl-only single titled Rough and Twisted, which drops on April 11th. The move to use a pseudonym has raised questions about the band's creative direction and branding choices. Meanwhile, the Stones are reportedly already working on their 26th album, with 10 songs completed, but they have no plans for a tour. A representative stated, "The Rolling Stones will play when they decide to, not before." Fans can look forward to more updates as the album release gets closer. The Rolling Stones continue to evolve. Now, onto another iconic band with big plans for 2026. Evanescence is releasing their 6th studio album, Sanctuary, on June 5, 2026, through BMG. The 12-track record is the band's first new work in 5 years and took over 3 years to produce. The lead single, Who Will You Follow, is already out, featuring powerful lyrics and composition centered on resilience and connection. The band will kick off a 2026 world tour to support the album, starting with the North American leg on June 11th in West Palm Beach, Florida, joined by Spiritbox and Nova Twins as supporting acts. They are also set to perform at the Sick New World Festival in Las Vegas on April 25th. Lead singer Amy Lee shared her excitement, describing Sanctuary as a way to process difficult emotions and bring hope through music. The tour will wrap up with European dates in September and October, where Poppy will join as a supporting act. Evanescence fans have much to celebrate this year, but they're not the only ones with fresh music to enjoy. Next up, we turn to Yes, who are proving that classic rock still has plenty to say. Yes has announced their 24th studio album, Aurora, set to release on June 12, 2026, through Inside Out and Sony Music. The title track is out now, along with a music video that highlights symphonic elements reminiscent of their classic sound. This is the second studio album from the band's current lineup. Steve Howe, Jeff Downes, John Davidson, Billy Sherwood, and Jay Shellen. The artwork, created by Roger Dean, reflects the album's conceptual themes. Fans can mark their calendars for the release of Aurora this June. That's a big milestone for Yes. Now, let's shift gears to something for pop and country fans alike. From introspective indie vibes to global stages, Lulu Simon takes us on an emotional journey. Lulu Simon has just dropped her new single, Happy Again, celebrating emotional healing and living in the moment. The track highlights her artistic growth, focusing on moving past sadness and rediscovering happiness, something she shared in her personal reflections about the song. It is part of her upcoming EP and comes ahead of her joining pop star Madison Beer on a global tour later this year. This marks Lulu Simon's second single release of 2026, showing her rising momentum in the indie pop scene. The world tour will take her to multiple international locations. Her new single is a breath of fresh air, and she's just getting started. Now, let's take it to Nashville for another exciting release. Ella Langley's second album, Dandelion, dropped on April 10th, 2026, highlighting deeply personal themes of growth and relationships. Co-produced by Miranda Lambert and Ben West, the record features collaborations and a reimagined version of Kitty Wells's classic It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels. It also earned a spot on NPR Music's New Music Friday podcast, where host Stephen Thompson and Tennessee Public Radio's Chloe Kimes broke down this week's standout releases. Langley is up for 7 nominations at the 61st Annual ACM Awards in May, including Female Artist of the Year and Song of the Year for Choosin' Texas. An impressive follow-up for Ella Langley, but she's not the only one making waves this month. Let's keep the spotlight on bold and genre-defying releases with Agriculture's latest album. Agriculture, the black metal band, is breaking new ground by blending shoegaze, folk, saxophone solos, polka, and Buddhism-inspired themes in their music. Their second album, The Spiritual Sound, dropped in late 2025, earning critical acclaim and landing on several Best of 2025 lists. The band's unique style comes from members with diverse musical backgrounds, including noise rock, punk, and jazz. Industry insiders say Agriculture is pushing black metal's boundaries, weaving in unexpected elements like saxophone solos and folk influences. With audiences and critics embracing their evolving sound, the band is carving out a bold, distinctive path for the genre's future, redefining black metal with fresh sounds. Now, a children's book and music collide in our next story. From genre-blending sounds to breaking boundaries, Laufey's journey shines in more than one creative realm. Laufey has unveiled her new album, A Matter of Time, The Final Hour, along with a single titled Madwoman. This marks another major milestone in her Grammy-winning career, with over 7 billion streams worldwide and more than 25 million followers on social media. Laufey is no stranger to success. She will be honored with the 2026 ASCAP Creative Voice Award for her work in music and youth advocacy. Laufey is one of only 3 women to win multiple Grammys in the traditional pop vocal album category, joining the ranks of legends like Natalie Cole and Lady Gaga. Her artistic evolution continues to receive widespread acclaim. And on the horizon, fans can look forward to the release of her first children's book, May the Bunny, created in collaboration with Lauren O'Hara, coming later this month. With music and storytelling combined, Laufey is poised for a big year ahead. Now let's talk about music becoming a diplomatic bridge as Deep Purple heads east. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi welcomed legendary British rock band Deep Purple to her office in Tokyo during their 2026 Japan tour. Takaichi, a lifelong fan and former drummer, praised the band for their role in strengthening cultural ties between Japan and the UK. She highlighted the meeting as part of her focus on cultural diplomacy in the government's growth strategy. Deep Purple first toured Japan in 1972, recording their iconic live album, Made in Japan. Now, the band is back with their latest tour, continuing to use their music as a bridge between the two nations. Cultural harmony echoed through their music. Next, 2 global stars reunite for an epic tour. Usher and Chris Brown are teaming up for a major co-headlining tour, the R&B Raymond and Brown Tour, kicking off in 2026. While dates and locations are still under wraps, the artists unveiled the big news in a promotional video on Instagram on April 10th. This is a big moment for the 2 Grammy winners, who last collaborated on the 2014 track New Flame. The tour promises to showcase their influence on the R&B genre and is already generating excitement. Fans can expect more details on the schedule in the coming months. Fans will be lining up for the ultimate R&B experience come 2026. Up next, we turn our eyes to a rising wave of Asian musical talent on the global stage. From Coachella to Lollapalooza, P-pop acts are blazing trails internationally. BINI has made history as the first Philippine pop group to perform at Coachella, taking the Mojave stage at 4:15 p.m. on April 10, 2026. Meanwhile, SB19 is set to become the first Filipino group to perform at Lollapalooza in Chicago this July, followed by Japan's Summer Sonic Festival in August. P-pop, the Filipino music genre influenced by K-pop and traditional OPM values, blends idol-style training with powerful vocals and rich cultural depth. Its rising global popularity not only showcases Filipino identity, but also opens discussions about linguistic inclusivity. SB19's incredible success, fueled by their viral Gento dance challenge, continues to gain international attention. With major appearances lined up this year, the group is making waves on the global stage, breaking boundaries and building bridges. That's the power of music festivals. Shifting to music with a message, Alabama Shakes is calling for change. Alabama Shakes is back with a new single, American Dream. The song takes on societal challenges and gives fans a preview of their upcoming 3rd studio album. Lead vocalist Brittany Howard says it reflects both the strain and the hope for change in America today, tackling issues like gun reform and women's rights. This is the band's first release in a decade, following their 2015 album, Sound and Color, and their debut under Island Records. Their 2026 international tour kicks off April 16th in Richmond, Virginia, with stops across North America and Europe this summer. A passionate return from Alabama Shakes, blending music and movement. Next, metalcore gets its pulse racing with a fresh visual release. As Everything Unfolds has dropped a new music video for their track, Find Another Way. Directed by Zach Pinchen, the video wraps up the story established in their recent visuals, part of the rollout for their latest album, Did You Ask to Be Set Free? Released worldwide through Century Media on April 10, 2026, the album dives into a rich, narrative-driven concept. This project showcases the creative collaboration between the band and Zach Pinchen, blending artistic vision with emotional depth. Fans and the melodic metalcore scene are buzzing about the release, a striking video to match their dynamic sound. Let's dive into some behind-the-scenes drama next. What happens when rivalries rule the boy band scene? Former manager Johnny Wright has the answers. Johnny Wright, the former manager of the Backstreet Boys NSYNC, has revealed he deliberately favored NSYNC during their heated rivalry in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Wright admitted he worked against the Backstreet Boys after they demanded he no longer manage both groups, strategically planning NSYNC's tours to surpass their competition. At the same time, Lou Pearlman, who managed both bands, faced lawsuits for allegedly defrauding the acts, keeping millions for himself while paying members a fraction of what they earned. Reflecting on his strategy, Wright said, "I tried to beat them to the punch. Success was my revenge." These revelations are part of the new documentary series Boy Band Confidential, which dives into the drama, the major players, and the behind-the-scenes conflicts that drove the boy band era, an illuminating glimpse into the ties that bind and divide bands in an industry that never rests. Finally, let's explore how Japan is investing in its artists to take on the global stage. The Japanese government has launched the Sofu Music Program to support artists and managers in achieving both domestic and international success. Led by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, the initiative provides subsidies of up to $110 million per artist to help with production and promotion costs. It also offers mentorship and strategic guidance. This builds on the 2025 New Music Accelerator Program, which previously supported 10 artists. Sofu Music doubles the maximum subsidy from that program, now equivalent to about $62,800 at current exchange rates. According to the ministry, the goal is to help participants expand their reach domestically and internationally and connect with a broader audience. The program marks an important step in Japan's push to grow its global music exports, a strong step forward for Japanese music, and proof that the global music industry keeps evolving. Thanks for tuning in. Ruby News will be back soon with more stories from the music world.